I remember the days before house phones were common, when Saturday nights meant one thing: heading to the phone booth to call relatives overseas. It wasn't just a quick trip, it was an event. We carried our folding chairs because the wait was long, sometimes up to 5 hours. Mosquito destroyer in hand, we sat there, swatting away pests while watching the line move ever so slowly. As a child, I often dozed off on the chair, only to be shaken awake when it was finally our turn. When we got on the phone, it wasn't just one or two people talking, it was a whole family affair. Our relatives in New York would gather at one house, just like we gathered at the phone booth. One by one, we'd take turns talking, catching up on life, laughing, and feeling connected despite the distance. By the time we finished, it would be around 3 a.m., and then came the long walk home, exhausted but happy. It was a way of life until the late 90s when we finally got a house phone. What a relief that was. No more long waits, no more mosquito battles, and best of all, no more trekking home in the middle of the night. But those calls weren't just about staying in touch. Our relatives overseas were our lifeline. They believed in helping family back home, and they did so with joy. Back then, there was no Western Union or MoneyGram. Instead, we watched eagerly for the green register slip from the post office. That slip meant a registered letter had arrived, and in my case, it always meant money from family abroad. Whether it was back to school time, Christmas, Easter, or the August holidays, those green slips were a symbol of love and sacrifice. I can still remember the feeling of excitement when I saw not just one, but sometimes up to four green slips waiting for me. I would skip all the way home, eager to hand them to my mother so she could collect the letter with the money. That money helped with school fees, new shoes, and little treats we wouldn't have had otherwise. Looking back now, I realize those experiences shaped a deep sense of gratitude in me. Our relatives abroad worked hard, sacrificed, and never forgot where they came from. Being Jamaican isn't just about just having a passport. It's about living these experiences, understanding the struggles, and appreciating the journey.